Here we are with audio. Welcome, my name is Ike, this is Switzerland.playit with the Daily TAGN, the angry game news, 10 AM Eastern, every day, Monday through Friday. I think I never missed so far. That's my 8th week I started the show, and I think I had one time an issue, but it was a technical thing, not because I was not here. Yeah, we have a few news. We have one article in particular. It's not really news. It's just very stupid and funny at the same time, and cringe, and like everything that's wrong with the game industry pretty much, and with the communities. You can call those communities. But we have just regular news, gaming news in particular, show news sometimes, and movie news here on this channel. Switzerland.playit on Rumble, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Follow me everywhere if you want to, if you can. That would help me, I guess, to grow and to deliver more and better stuff to more people. And use the chat. Use the chat. The chat is there, free for everybody. You have to sign up, of course, on those platforms. But use the chat, I see it, and let's talk about whatever you're going to witness in the news. Which, first, some good news maybe for fans of Fallout and Doom alike, pretty much. Let's just dive into this trailer a little bit. I can't play the whole thing, it's pretty long. Just to give you like a little overview over this thing here. It's called Fallout Bakersfield. It's a fan project.
Thank you. Greetings to you all, ladies and gentlemen. For our first tune, I'd climb the highest.
I have to skip a little bit the music. It shouldn't be claimed by anybody, but you see the Fallout setting like this. End world. After the fall. Oi, ouch, my junk. And it might be familiar for some people. That looks like Doom, right? It's a mixture. It's like the Fallout, the first Fallout, the original Fallout, but with a Doom engine. But not just any Doom engine. It's the Doom engine ported into a OpenGL version of it to make it a little bit more smoothly running and shit. It looks fine. It gives you a lot of this old school high-end Doom feeling because it's high resolution. Frame rate is what it is, right? It looks fun. It looks just fun as well. Here we are in Bakersfield. I never played Fallout 1 and 2 and Tactics. That might be like for me a way to experience the main story in Fallout. This version. Down in the video description you have the link to the full trailer and to the creator's website. Red 888 Guns. It may be a Russian guy because he has also some Cyrillic stuff here. And you can sign up and subscribe to his endeavor here. Help him out financially to move on with this project. It looks like fun. It looks like fun. How about some good news at the beginning? I hope it's glitchy like the last two. What? My stream or this mod? It's pretty much a mod, right? Anyhow, I'm looking a little bit forward to this one, to experience the first Fallout in a different mode, pretty much. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle makes box office history and threatens Mugen Train's record. Mugen Train is just a previous movie, very successful in Japan, made records, the best box office anime ever, which is insane. If someone still believed that the incredible success of Demon Slayer Mugen Train, the highest grossing anime and Japanese film of all time, was due to circumstances such as COVID-19 scamdemic delaying all other major releases, it's time to put those rumors to rest. The franchise's latest release, Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, has broken all box office records during its Japanese weekend release, surpassing Mugen Train's weekend gross 4.6 billion yen for 44 million US dollars, with a confirmed gross of 5.524 billion according to authoritative box office tracker Kogyo Tsushinsha. Yeah, I mean, good for them, I guess. That's a lot of money and way more successful than a lot of Hollywood movies. That's an anime, again. It's not even like a live action. The production value is like high enough, but not. You don't need to pay actors. You don't need to pay like cities for the settings to close off streets and shit like that. So easier to produce, cheaper to produce. The question now is if Infinity Castle will be able to also take away Mugen Train's record as the highest grossing anime of the Japanese film of all time, which stands over 507 million US dollars. This success has been credited to a perfect storm situation, as the movie came out during a brief interlude of relative freedom during the COVID scamdemic, which allowed theaters to be open but with few films on offer. Also, Mugen Train built on the success of the Demon Slayer anime and manga, which created hype and anticipation. Yeah, I mean, the movies are pretty much just like a cut down of the shows itself. So if you want not to waste too much time but have a nice story and good amount of action, the movies are a perfect mixture, actually. I love the movies. Loved the first, 4 movies with the Mugen Train. And with the Infinity Castle, it's the 5th movie here for Demon Slayer. High quality anime, I can just recommend it to anybody who loves anime and who still has not seen anything of it. What are you doing with your life at this point? Looks like it could be fun. It will be fun. I think the Fallout Doom game will be fun. Fallout 4, and 76 were both glitchy nonsense. Actually, more excited that it's fan-made, lol. Fallout 4, after a while, it got better. The first big patches fixed a lot of stuff and it didn't destroy a lot because I enjoyed like the building in Fallout 4 most. Besides story, I don't care for story. Fallout story, never really exciting. But I gotta pop you up on alert. That is gotta get to work. Okay, have fun with your work. We are the show Dean. Now, we talked a lot about Steam and their money payment processor stuff, which I don't like. And even the provider have a saying now, because of the Rule 15 in the terms of services for game developer and publishers and all that. Weird, right? And now we have more information by Gabe Newell, which is a punch in our faces, I think. I think he tries to save Steam face, but yeah. Well, billionaire Gabe Newell says businesses should listen to your customers and focus on them, putting employees, partners, and customers before capital. Ha! That's already like the punch in the first punch in your face as a customer, telling me, putting me before capital as a customer. And partners. Well, I guess partners, payment processors, you can call them partners, right? Speaking in a recent interview with Zalkar Zeliev on YouTube, Newell explains what advice he would give people considering starting a new business, and also describes what interested first-time entrepreneurs should avoid doing. I see a lot of people go into situations thinking that what they need is a pitch document to VCs to raise capital. And that's a deeply distracted beginning to an organization. says the Valve president. If you're creating value for people, continues Newell, the capital will come your way and probably at a reduced cost that it would be otherwise. Having a big bunch of capital and then saying, oh, I guess all those lies we told in our pitch deck, but now we have to go and hire a whole bunch of people to be on this trajectory. I think that's a great way of destroying a bunch of money and wasting a bunch of people's time. Yeah, you don't want to waste people's time and money, right? I just wanted to point out that he's like talking big. He is a billionaire. He has, I think, a net worth of about 9 billion or even 10 billion, something like that. It's an insane amount, and he's getting money all the time just by owning a big portion of Steam and being the president and all that, CEO of Steam and president of Valve, It's easy for him to say stuff like that, but it's a punch in our faces at this very moment, when it came out last week, pretty much, that your partners have the biggest saying and what is allowed in your store. However, Eden. I think he's becoming a villain for players. He tries to save face, I think, in my opinion. He's not my friend. He's not my friend. I always thought like Gabe Newell is this gamer guy who is our friend, but in the end he is just a billionaire who made money off us players. A lot of it. And now he tells us some lies. Yeah. Despite telling like you need maybe to hire people to about trajectory and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know what those people are thinking. Maybe they are in the rights though. Maybe they see that the majority of players and gamers and customers are just idiots and just go along. Oh yeah, this guy, the Gabe Newell guy, who is on our side, is going to save us with in gaming. Yeah, I'm going to listen to him more. Not that the rules matter, right? Rule 15. I don't know. What do you think about this whole situation? An ongoing situation is stop killing games. We have a little bit more news now. New news. Stop killing games. YouTuber says someone's filing false claims against EU initiative. And that is Scott here, and he has something to say, and he's told us something. Someone was gunning for us. YouTuber Ross accursed forums, Scott says in a new video. This is a shot across the bow. So the EU Commission got a hint, got a little letter or an email, whatever, by an anonymous source that Scott himself, who promoted this initiative, but he is not able to sign the petition himself because he is not in the EU area. He is not an EU citizen, so he's not allowed to sign it himself. But somebody accused him of making like money out of that and putting money in this initiative as an external source, pretty much, external force and all that. He details a complaint sent to the EU Commission from an unknown user alleging the Stop Destroying Video Games EU petition violates disclosure rules. The complaint argues that while the petition states there are no source of funding behind it, Scott's ongoing promotion of the petition essentially amounts to professional contributions from foreign entity. Yeah, sure. He is a foreign entity. He is a foreign entity. And you can see like some screenshot of this complaint and all that bull crap. Throughout his latest video detailing the new twist in this ongoing Stop Killing Games saga, Scott tries to make clear that while he supports the EU petition, he is not on the organizers behind it, and the overall movement is not a hive mind. The official organizers literally asked EU representatives if it was okay for me to assist them in the capacity I have been back in spring of 2024. just to make sure everything was above board in case there was a problem or we needed to report anything, Scott says. They said what I've been doing is fine. We've been doing this by the book, guys. There you have it. So they asked, they knew something could come up and he is not an EU citizen. They knew we better just ask those EU guys for like disclosure if it's everything is okay. And they said, yes, you're fine. You're doing it by the books. All good. The EU petition is currently in a good position to actually force action on the issue. According to its organizers, it seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by publisher before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games, without the involvement from the side of the publisher. And I think publisher, mainly this video gamer Europe, or what this lobbying group was, where all the big organization, all the big publisher, all the big game companies are in, like Ubisoft, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and all the big ones are in this lobby group presented. And I think somebody of this lobby group made an anonymous like complaint there. Why you need to hide if it's like so clear and so okay with your complaint? Eh? Why do you need to hide? It could also be this pirate software guy who I just heard yesterday. He's a fraud. He never programmed jack shit. He's just a nepo baby by face, not even doing anything. And he's fraudulent and a scammer and all that. If that's true, that's a different story, but it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. Involved publisher. If at least 1 million signatures are provided to be authentic, the EU Commission will be tasked with addressing the group's demands head-on within a 6-month period, even if it ultimately chooses not to create a new regulatory framework around them. So yeah, we are over 1.4 million signatures on this initiative, and it's pretty safe, I think, with 400,000 more than needed 1 million. So we should be safe. And now they have at least to pretend to discuss about it. At least they have to pretend in the EU Commission. But it's not about the Parliament. The EU Commission is in charge of everything, like business-wise. And they are not elected, by the way. The EU Commission is not elected, but they decide in the end everything. Keep that always in mind. That's how they rule you, pretending to give you a choice of some sort. Yeah, a new little twist there. People accusing the organizers, they are getting like foreign entity money-wise, some funding, just not direct financials. Bull crap, fuck off, fuck off. Whoever complained, it's a small little wiener. Ahoy, haste. Are you a big trading card fan, or do you own a lot of trading cards? And are you like lazy as fuck and didn't sort your cards? Well, do I have some good news for you, for your lazy ass. This device will scan and sort your trading cards for you. The card mill sorting device will automatically sort piles of up to 300 cards at a time, while logging them in a new web-based portal for access whenever needed. The device can be programmed to sort cards by set, by color, by type, by the alphabet, and more, according to Card Mill's official website. And I think we just take a little look-see here, how this thing kind of looks and works, just for the sake of it. So there is the card, the batch thingy. Has a touch screen, very fancy, right? And it scans the card and puts it in a tray down below, like sorting it according to your settings. I don't know if anybody needs that. I don't know if anybody can afford that. And if you're that lazy, you might not really care for your real collection in the first place, I think. The card mill Kickstarter begins July 22nd at 9 a.m. Central. I think that's CDT Central, whatever time. According to the official website, which translates to 7 a.m. PDD, it's Pacific, right? 10 a.m. Eastern, which it's not started. Let's find out if it's 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh yeah, there it's started. And holy fucking shit. It needed 350,000 and we are pretty much already there. So people want that thing, it seems. 342,000, almost 343,000. And it can we like watch it in real time, reaching the goal? I guess. Holy crap, man. Do we have so many lazy people with just cards stacked in their background, in their closet, and they never cared, and now they care? 5 more thousand. They're gonna reach it in the next seconds, I think. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, and don't you worry, this thing has even AI to recognize the cards and all that. Cost you 300, what was it, $350 US if you go with the Kickstarter, the first 1,000 Kickstarters. Get it for 350, and after that it's gonna be $400 US. And we scroll up and just do it a real-time check. 1,600 more needed, and they just reached the goal. It was started like 20 minutes ago, and they just reached right now the goal already. That's crazy, in my opinion, that people invest $400 in a machine that does the job for them. I thought that was a part of your card collecting, like sorting and finding out what cards you really have. And I have some issues though with the scanning and with the web portal. So this machine is gonna scan your stuff and it's gonna store it like what you have in the database online. What doesn't tell me? Who doesn't tell me like it's gonna be used fraudulent? Meaning somebody is gonna find out. Oh, this guy has a ton of valuable cards. Let's keep an eye on this guy. Somehow, you know. I assume you don't need to provide your address and shit like that, but at least you're gonna provide an email address to be able to log in this website. So they are gathering your data, bitch, and you're gonna provide them with money beforehand too, which is a lot of money. $400 for such a machine for your laziness. Whatever, right? Of course it got AI. What doesn't? My washing machine has not an AI yet. I hope I can get a new one without any fucking Wi-Fi. You know something we don't need at all, but it's gonna happen, it seems. Futurama returns with season 13 later this summer, and this first look has me laughing already. I'm not gonna go into this article more because the title tells me everything I need to know about this guy. This guy obviously has no clue about jack shit in life. Should I show it to you? I'm gonna show it to you. Let me show it to you guys. George Marston, they, them. Oh, let's check his X profile. Oh, we're gonna see like all the crap. Tran is here, Tran is there, Tran is everywhere. They, them is, oh no, here is they, she. He changed on the X profile. So that it made you laugh tells me a lot, actually. I wanted just to give my 2 cents on Futurama after I saw this headline. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How are you in Europe? The original run, I thought it had a perfect ending with Leela and Fry getting older in the frozen time, you know. just wandering around the world, exploring everything they wanted in peace, together, in love, getting really old and all that. I think that was like the perfect ending. With the music of Chopin, you know, in the background, very calm, all that stuff, you know. I think it was the perfect ending. The seasons after that, some episodes had some funny moments here and there for sure. Even some episodes in general were pretty funny, but overall, not really this same feeling at all anymore. I think the original run had a perfect ending, in my opinion. But yeah, there you go. Season 13. You're gonna get it. I don't even know who is gonna publish it, because it always changed, like the publisher, Comedy Central, Fox, whatever. Hulu. It's gonna be on Hulu. So yeah, there you go. Disney. In the end, that's gonna be a Disney thing. Isn't that interesting? Okay, we're gonna talk a lot about this. I'm gonna read the whole article because it deserves to be read in total. It's not really news, but like I said at the beginning and the start of the today's show, it is amazing just how delusional, how stupid some people seems to be in general. As Red Dead Online fans return for the update, female players say they're being targeted and harassed. Yeah, it got an update, nothing too crucial at all. It was just whatever, right? After a few years, Rockstar published an update, fixed a few little things, and did a new story element in it, but nothing I care for, to be honest, right? It didn't brought me back. Let's put it that way. After 3 years of silence, Rockstar Games surprised the world with an update for Red Dead Online, then the MMO Lite spin-off if it's acclaimed open world western. Of its acclaim, sorry. Strange Tales of the West is a humble affair compared to previous updates, which introduced things like new classes, but players are saddling up and joining posses all the same. And it's upon this return that some players are being reminded of the disheartening reality. It really sucks to play as female character in Red Dead Online. My vagina! Should I make it bigger? Is it? Yeah, it's gonna be fine. That's a brutal start already. It pains me already to read shit like that. The conversation has been bubbling in the weeks since Red Dead Online's sudden July 1st update, which adds a slew of supernatural-themed missions to the game. In a viral TikTok that's been watched 1.2 million times, a player with the handle Arthur's X shows off what is supposed to be a rousing moment. She's galloping amid the plains when another player shows up with a woman hogtied to the back of his horse. He starts going in circles, which the player interprets to mean he wants her to see what she's carrying. What she's carrying? You just misgendered the he all of a sudden. Arthur's X responds by whipping a lasso toward the other player to yank him off his horse, only to hogtie him instead. She then releases the other player and runs away. So, if you didn't spot it by now, the story goes, she's galloping, having like nothing in mind, just doing her galloping, right, in the plains. Another player comes along with the horse, galloping, circling around her. On the back of his horse, there's a woman hogtied on the back of the horse, right? He's just circling her, right? And what does she do? She puts out her lasso and hogties him. So who is really harassing here, really? But you don't know the story. Maybe that's a role play. Maybe they're having a role play going on right now. Like, he's the bad bandit. getting her to his hideout and doing some nasty stuff with her. But she might be liking it. You don't know the story, but you just assumed in this moment. And let's just watch it. We might get flagged because of the music, but whatever, right? Are you ready? Are you ready to watch it? Let me. Do we need a full screen now? It's gonna be. Oh, look at that. Listen to the music. Yeah. Tell me a lot about your mind. So at this moment, she decided, let's harass him though. I find it more funny to harass him, hogtie him. I don't know anything about what's going on, but I just assume. What a badass! She hog-tied him and freed the other on the horseback. Damn, badass lady. Holy shit. You showed them patriarchy. Those people are out of their mind. Thank you, Neuro. Still better than being a woman in the real Wild West. We come to that. The article is pretty long. We come to all those little issues. Don't worry, Haste. By the way, did I say ahoy, Haste? I didn't. Ahoy. I played 30 minutes of RDO when it first released. I found it super boring and bland. I only bought for the campaign story. Says, ouch, my junk. I loved the game. I loved the single mission game, like the story game, Red Dead Redemption 2. I loved the online too, just hanging out with your buddies. But there are plenty of issues with the online, mainly the modders. The modders are a fucking pest or cancer. They are. I hate the modders in this game, and Rockstar did nothing against those. They are destroying the real like fun in the game. I don't mind if I get harassed like regularly, like if I get shut down by another player, but with the in-game stuff, like everybody has the same abilities to raise in rank, to buy new guns. Everybody has the same abilities, but then you need mods on top of that shit. Fuck you and your whole family, by the way. Where was I? Response hogtie instead. She then releases the other player and runs away. And I don't even know if it's in the player really. I didn't spot that in this little low resolution fucking clip. Might be just an NPC, by the way, a female NPC. You can hogtie them too and put them on your back. No matter if you have a penis or a vagina, you can hogtie everybody. Only children not. But even with children, you can have mods and break the game. Pretty easy. It's a funny moment of retribution. Retribution of fucking what? Of fucking what? The dude did not shot her. The dude did not put out any threatening commands with his hand, any threatening emotes with his hands. He didn't put out his lasso. What retribution are you talking about? You're full of it, lady. And it's a lady, supposed lady, who wrote this article. We come to that. You're going to decide for yourself. But the comments are ablaze with thousands of replies, many of them from other female players remarking on their time with the game. Oh yeah, those poor females. To me it sounds they are in the first day of internet ever. I remember the first time this happened to me, I didn't even know they could do that. Reads a comment with more than 14,000 favorites from other TikTok users. Dude took me to his camp with 5 other players and they were all surrounding me, so I exited the game and was like, She recalled. Many of the replies in that particular thread are of women sharing similar experiences in other games, ranging from Roblox to Call of Duty, where other players abuse in-game mechanics to imprison and at the times simulate sexual assault. That's not abuse though. If the game allows it, like for everybody, that's not abuse. It's just use. It's just fucking regular use. It might be maybe like disgusting behavior. It might be like shitty behavior. That's why I don't play DayZ anymore at all, because people are just assholes in that game. I really didn't enjoy like just being shut down by people who are way overpowered and all that shit. You know, but it's in the game. It's like game mechanics. That's what it allows. And to call it abuse, in-game mechanics abuse, and then right away explaining it's in-game mechanics, you're a moron. You're a pussy. You're a pussy moron. Just and simulate sexual assault. Whatever. You're just idiotic. I stopped playing RDR online because dudes were too mean. They make it not fun by ganging upon you in every town you go to and following you. Like, wow, you're so fun and original. You hogtied me and killed me, a TikTok user named Oilbeat replied. Yeah, you know what? That happens to males too. You just walk around in Red Dead Online. You think of nothing evil, and just an asshole comes along and shoots you down. Or hog ties you. I don't play it anymore because of the modders, because modding is just asshole. It's cheating. It's pretty much cheating. But I have my fun with hog tying others. For example, when I played with Dean UrhG and Kenise and all that, I'm pretty okay with hog tying and like getting out of the hog tie myself pretty quickly usually. I'm pretty okay like doing that. But it's an in-game mechanic. I'm not abusing it. I'm just showing sometimes those people, my buddies, don't mess around. And it can be fun. The same happens to me all the time. But you're just being a pussy at this moment. Oi Godzilla. Lol, when Facebook made their VR crap, people were molesting the female players. But that's the thing. You don't know if they are really female. That's a big major issue right here now. There are plenty, millions of dudes around the globe in all kinds of games pretending to be a female. All the time, 24/7. You think you know them, but you don't know them. Most of the players don't care really though, but there are plenty of dudes who pretend to be female. You don't know, you just don't know. That's the main issue here too. Fans familiar with Red Dead Online know that Rockstar Games in particular are vectors of chaos, and when most of the gameplay options are violent, getting attacked by other players is arguably an expected part of the experience. Wow, thank you for acknowledging that shit. Great journalism right there. It's not a Wild West if everyone is tipping their hats to another accordingly, right? No, it's not. It's Wild West. It was Wild West for a reason. It was not fun. Even as a cowboy, as a good cowboy, you were always on the edge of dying of whatever, right? But women aren't complaining about the idea that they are encountering any tension at all in Red Dead Online. Rather, there's a pervasive sense that female characters are primary targets who are often harassed more quickly, more often, and in more aggressive ways than players with male avatars. There is zero data, zero evidence, zero zero proof of that claim. It could be true. It could be just bullshit you're pulling out of your ass just to make an argument, to make a point. I can't decide if that's true or not. I have zero like proof of that. Zero. Nada. Like Pirates in EVE Online, for example, its core gameplay to do bounties, camp checkpoints, make you lose your stuff. You out mining minerals and bam, a fleet comes by and blows you up. Yeah. And you know that if you play the game for a little bit longer than usual, you know stuff like that. That's a risk and reward. Absolutely spot on there, Haste. And you either go on with the risk and try to have fun with it, or you just leave the game like I did with DayZ. I was not up for it. I didn't enjoy it. So whatever, right? But it's the game. It's the crucial game mechanic. Picturing Dean Hogg, I can display him in the circus. Dean was not better than me in Red Dead Online, at least with Lasso. And even with shooting, I'm pretty decent, you know. My main is a male character, and when I made a female character on a side account, I got attacked more in a week than I would in months on my main. One player remarked on the TikTok with an appended skull emoji, it was crazy. Again, you're just saying that. How can I verify that fucking saying? You're just making maybe like stories up. I don't know. It feels like you're making stories up for the sake of pretending. Thank you there for the following. The TikTok, it seems, is not an isolated incident. Based on more recent conversations emerging on sites like Reddit, and that's a big place for very true stories, right? Where players who have picked up the game recently are sharing their experiences. Some of these players are returning for the update, while others have picked it up this summer for no reason in particular. In one Reddit thread with more than 1,000 upvotes titled, "The harassment against women in this game is real and it sucks." Yeah, maybe it's real, maybe not. It's just saying. You have like zero evidence for me. One player describes a situation where they customized their character to be more conventionally attractive. Why do you say that in this manner? Conventionally attractive. That was for me just like very weird. Why you say conventionally attractive? Is there a convention? Are women and trannies are not? Big surprise. Only to be harassed like crazy. The player says that they are fairly skilled in PvP, so they can often fend for themselves. But they worry about newer players who are just jumping in. Oh yeah, you worry all the time. I bet you worry so much about new players. That's why you got yourself probably a mod package, right? To defend yourself and new players. People. Why don't they work together in the game? Oh, you don't worry. This writer here got us covered, Haste. A quick draw can only take you so far when Red Dead Online is plagued with hackers as well. That's the biggest and real issue here. That's the biggest and real issue in the game. Modding, I don't know if you can call it community, but the modding is insane. The game doesn't protect you at all. Rockstar doesn't give a shit at this point. So that's the real issue. You can't make private sessions like in GTA 5 online, unfortunately. Otherwise, the game would be fun. It would be just like a leisure game, like a just easygoing game, doing some missions together with your buddies without having like the concerns for modders. Setting your horse on fire, exploding you, bombing you, spawning like elite animals around you and kill you instantly, teleporting you to all kinds of places. That's the real issue here, actually. That what Rockstar should focus. And you, article writer. There are multiple threads where players share footage or screenshot of themselves playing as female character only to get wrapped in absurd, uncomfortable circumstances. Yeah, and it happens only to female, right? Only to females happens that all the time. That's why I don't play it anymore, because I have a male character and the mothers are fucking my enjoyment in this game up. That's why I am not playing anymore, because it's only happening to females, right? Fuck off. One player who re-downloaded the game this month, for example, says that they went AFK in the game only to come back to their player floating in the air, rendering completely naked, as another player pinned them down with gyrating hips. Sounds like a fun time though, kind of. But yes, if you go AFK in every online game with multiple players, it can happen all kinds of shit to you. So what are you surprised here, really? You would be dead without the modders, I guarantee you that. Another fan controlling a female character shared footage of themselves, sitting glued to another male character who rocked them back and forth. Oh yeah, they sexually assaulted you. And you need to be very specific here. I take stories that never happened for 1,000. I just this feeling. Stories that never happened for 1,000. Mods can do a lot of shit, but that is very, very particular. You know, like rocking back and forth, sitting on you and doing... That is very, very particular. I'm not saying there is not a mod for that, but it sounds like there is no mod for that. It sounds like. To add insult to the injury, the hacker had forced both of them to sit in between a circle of NPCs who are singing a song that repeatedly tells them to not cry in Spanish. Sure. They even put in like audio and all that stuff. I don't know if there's a song in the game, don't remember. But that sounds like all made up bullshit at this point. And again, mods can do all kinds of crazy shit in this game, for sure. But you're making it sound like it really happened to you. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Give me a moment, I have to check something. Okay. Like GTA Online before it, Red Dead Online has long faced a hacking problem for players on Windows PC who can install what are known as modding menus to wreak havoc. Most of the time, hackers use their powers specifically to ruin other people's time. That's true. That's true. That's what I mean. Biggest problem, modders. But the nature of the harassment can differ depending on the gender you play. Really? So again, that's your first time in the internet, right? You have a female character and you are female yourself. What is a woman though, right? I thought there are on infinite amount of genders and all that shit, or no genders. But the harassment can feel it's different depending on if you have a wiener or not. It's gonna ruin your fun. Doesn't matter what is in between your legs. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're trying to establish the victimhood here because of vaginas. I don't like it. I think you're stupid. I think you're talking BS. These aren't hackers. They are script kiddies. And in a sense, they are hacking your client. Because they can do like scripts, scripts in your system. And even if they log off, it's going to still be in your system. Unless you log out. I teabag people when I kill them in game. And when people do it to me, I think it's hilarious. Yeah, but do you feel like more harassed because you're female? I don't think so, ever even. I think it's just part of the game. People are just being like, people are just interneting, right? People are just doing the internet. Beyond simulating digital assault, another common tactic women are facing in Red Dead Online is hackers who spawn valuables on them to encourage other players to attack them, like legendary pelts and chests. Sure. Yeah, this female needs to be harassed sexually. Somebody needs to assault them. I'm gonna spawn a very rare pelt on the back of their horse. Yeah, that's gonna teach them to be female. Maybe they thought most of the time actually doing you something good, you know? Oh, female, let's pretend I'm a gentleman. Let's give you some free shit. But in your mind, it's like, oh, I'm being robbed because I have valuable shit. That's why they did it. I don't know. In most popular thread about this topic, women say that harassment is often followed up by hackers having the audacity to ask them to add them as friends or share real-life nudes. Yeah. Again. Hey, is that your first day in the worldwide interwebs, lady? Probably it is. But that would, if that's true, if that's a real story, if that's really what happened, that would be a case for my argument. Maybe they just tried to use something good. That's why they wanted you on the friends list, right? Maybe that's the reason. And not after they made it possible to harass you, to digitally assault you. They have the audacity to ask you for friends requests. I think you're full of it. I think you're full of it. We need a teabag emoji. I mean, you can just use, I'm pretty sure there's teabag in general. Teabag? No? Just use tea and bag. Is there a baggy emote? Ah, bitch! Where did you go? Come back. Come back with the bag. There. You have to combine. Tea bag. Be creative, Haste! What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, the hacker asks a female character for real-life photos and gets a photo of an overweight, bearded 60-year-old trucker. Why not? Why not? Threads describing situations of this nature have become more common in the last month. Yeah, particularly because of that update. It has just become more common the last month. Out of nowhere. Out of fucking nowhere, right? And it's not because you made up stories, probably. Sometimes by newbie players who don't know how to fight back. When hogtied, for example, it's possible to break yourself free, but only if you have a knife equipped beforehand. No, you can do it without a knife, you just need to wiggle. And if the attacker isn't wielding an unbreakable reinforced rope, it just takes longer, but you can still get out of it. If you're not being killed in the meantime. Affected players also have the option of respawning themselves manually, but in many cases they say that the other party will find them again and continue their rampage. Fresh players are also at a huge disadvantage to begin with, as their shoddy equipment does not match the firepower that long-time fans packs. Ooh, what a surprise! People who play more in a game that makes it able to gather your shit over time, to get more money, to buy new stuff. They have more than you as a new player. Mind blown. What a strange mechanic. Never ever has that been abused. What are we talking here about, man? Why are you pointing that stupidity out? It is very fucking normal in an online game. Players do have the option to elect a defense mode, which is supposed to prevent things like getting hogtied. I never used that. I never cared because it's part of the game. It is part of the game. But it's not foolproof. No, obviously it's not. Players simply come up with more creative ways of grieving, or they hack others into submission by disabling the mode altogether. Yeah, people like you deserve that, actually. Just bitching about nonsense the whole time. Though Red Dead Online is not intentionally built to encourage negative interaction, it's been an ongoing phenomenon in the 7 years since its release. Yeah, because the internet is gonna internet. That's nothing new. Why are you pretending it's something very outrageous? It's not. It's the basic mechanics of internet. Every game that allows you to do stuff, it's gonna be used. But you call it abuse as usual, because if it goes instantly against you, it's of course abuse, right? But it's not abuse that we saw in the little clip beforehand. The female hogtied the other guy who didn't do jack shit to her, really, and you don't know the story about why there's another female on the back of the horse. Maybe it was actually a mission, getting like the bounty of some female criminal. We don't know. Maybe it was just a role play. We don't know. But of course, your assumption must be right, because harassment can be only against female, right? Fuck off. We need an animated squatting teabag action emoji. Haste, you have money. I don't have money. Go to fiverr.com with 2R and find a Pakistani or an Indian guy who makes it for $10. And send it to me. I put it in my emojis. That's coffee. That's not coffee. If you search for tea, that comes up. You broke my repost. I was able to repost this stream. No one else. Damn it. You shouldn't repost too much anyway, but thank you. How you mod in the QQ KKK unless if the visual assets were already in the game files. We come to that. Don't worry. Where was I? In the case, women are speaking out about their experiences, but historically playing as any type of marginalized characters can lead to awful situations. Fans who have gone online as black characters, for example, have faced abusers in the past who modded the KKK characters from the main game into the online portion. Though Rockstar banned the ability to spawn these characters, players can still dress in all white if they choose. Yes. Are you now against white cloth? What the fuck is wrong with you? The lack of white supremacist characters also doesn't remove the inherent connotations that comes from players attempting to hang, in quotation mark, black characters with their robes. That's again, because you're black and because the ability to use your lasso, it's already hanging the blacks, right? You fucktard. You lying cunt. Stories that never happened for 400 this time. Women in particular are choosing to band together in exclusive posses or social groups in the hopes of finding like-minded fans. Like-minded just because you have a vagina? Is that like-minded? Bullcrap. Some just want to have a nice time. Yeah, most people want just to have a nice time. And for some people, having a nice time means killing other people in the game. That's just the reality of it. I'm not agreeing with them because I'm not one of those just killing on sight, but it is what it is, so fuck off. So they are retreating to private servers where they can't be bothered by jerks, which is unfortunately not a thing. You need to use mods, specific mods, to make it more privatized, and then you lose a lot of abilities like certain missions, online missions, because you pretend in the game, in the online game, actually you're not online, but if you have the same mod with other people together, you can at least enjoy most of the online game with other people. Oi, Meg! An animated teabag getting the last drip squeezed out of it. Go pay for it. I'm okay with if you pay for it, I'm gonna include it in my emotes. So they're replaying old history in the game, setting that takes place in the past. No, it's not even that. It's probably not even that. It's just Just like with the news of this NASCAR story. What was that, like 4 years ago? And there was just this handle, this news to pull down the fucking gate and shit like that. Some bullcrap like that. And they interpret like, oh, shit, the white supremacists want to kill the black driver. Look at the news in the background. News car, yes. Just bullshit, you know, it's just literally bullshit for sure. Like I said, stories never happened for 400. They try to do this shit with writing too. They want triggers warnings on books. Glad I'm not reading really novels ever. I'm just reading like history. But even in history books, I guess it will come up sooner or later. This history book might contain disturbing images or disturbing phrases, disturbing words, right? Yeah, sure, if it happened like 5,000 years ago in Sumerian. The constant attempt to protect the marginalized is so tiresome. It is. But it's not even like protection. It's just making up bullcrap. It's making up story. How are you doing, Meg? I wish they would fuck off out of the creative space with their virtuous signal shit. I wish that too. They could argue authenticity. The KKK players, news car. Yes. Men aren't just standing idle by either. Yeah, white knighting here. In the viral TikTok, some fans say that they intentionally play as female characters to bait players with poor intentions into situations where they get hogtied and harassed right back. Yeah, we showed them, we harassed them. Yeah, fuck us, we harassed you first. We are so great. That reminds me of this hotline, I don't remember the name, with this made-up Counter-Strike situation. You can call this hotline and, yeah, I'm being harassed and can you help me out? And somebody will join this exact same game in an instant and shoot down the harasser, the abuser of game mechanics. That reminds me exactly of that bullshit. You know, like, yeah, I'm gonna like bait you. I'm gonna bait you just to prove like how bad you are. No, you're showing that your character is actually thinking all about harassing others the whole time. The player in the video game even claims that she goes online with a dedicated group of male bodyguards. The Arthur X. Arthur X says that she loves them so much and don't even know them in real life. They have made people leave lobbies for targeting me. Oh, look at how great I am as a vagina possessioner, female player here. I have my simp army protecting me. Oh, goodness. I hate everything in this article, but it's funny too, you know. Supporting women can take on many forms. It can mean readying up your revolver to fight back against harassers. Yeah, it is coming too close. I mean, that's Wild West, I guess, at least. Some Wild West behavior. Coming too close. Standing my ground and shit. Even if they're not bothering you specifically. Yeah. What do you mean? Even if they are not bothering you specifically. So you are harassing again. You're just assuming shit right at this moment. And you are being the asshole in this story. Other times, it might mean giving people exactly what they ask for. Yeah, you don't know. I did have one time someone in my posses messaged me for nudes. Great. One of those bodyguards. That's what you mean. Recalled a male player in the popular Reddit thread. I didn't send them nudes, but I'm sure they appreciated my hairy ass in Speedos at the pool on a family vacation. I think I was blocked after that. LOL. Shut up. Stories that never happened for 800 this time. Bullcrap. Holy shit. How can you invest like this amount of time in such an article? You know, at least I didn't spot as a stupid non-English speaker a lot of errors besides the one-time misgendering, she carrying instead of he. Patricia Hernandez. Now, how does Patricia Hernandez look like? That's how Patricia Hernandez looks like. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. You make up your mind how well situated and healthy minded this individual might be. Just saying. Okay, we are a little bit over the time, but...
It is ma'am.
It is ma'am. It is absolutely ma'am. But yes, make up your own mind. I just found that this whole story making up crap kind of funny. We're gonna go just speed through the last three little articles here. Hellraiser is finally getting its first true game adaptation. We're just gonna take a little look-see into the teaser trailer here. If you're a horror fan, this Hellraiser game might be something for you. It seems to be like a first-person horror game. Oh, almost. We saw almost nipples. Damn it! No nipples. Assholes. We get a little bit gameplay here at the end. It looks very gruesome, very gory, brutal, but I hope for Hellraiser fans they did a good job. Never saw a movie, never saw a Hellraiser movie at all. Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival, that's the game called. Oh, I forgot when it will come out. Do we have a release date again? Somewhere in the future. Somewhere in the future, I'm telling you. I wish Clive Barker would do a sequel to Jericho. I love Jericho the game. I played it on my channel. Go look it up if you want to. Great game in my opinion. It had a very unique gameplay mechanic, like doing your mind, jumping with your mind to the different party members and all that. He should have made a sequel to Jericho. That's all I'm saying. And some Nintendo Switch 2 news. Nintendo Switch 2 is selling at least 3 times faster than Switch 1 in Japan. Not only that, but Nintendo Switch 2 beats PS2 for sales record in Japan. Let me read that very quickly. In any case, the current figure for Nintendo Switch 2 stands at 1,538,260 units sold, setting a new console record. The PlayStation 2 had sold 1,134,862 units. The previous record holder for Nintendo systems was the Game Boy Advance, which was a handheld. Yeah, thank you for telling us. At 1,367,433 systems sold in its first month, followed by Nintendo DS at 1,269,846. The original Nintendo Switch only sold 556,633 units, which ended up being the best-selling gaming platform ever in Japan. It breaks records. Can it keep it up? Will it sell more after the decent amount of time than the PlayStation 2? That has to be seen. Yeah, there you have it. They're selling Nintendo Switch 2. Prices here in Switzerland have dropped, fortunately. It was like 3-4 weeks ago, $650, almost 700, I think, even converted in today's money. Now it's about $550 converted, which big drop. I'm not gonna buy it. Not gonna buy it. Let me check on the chat, everybody, and then I can tell you. Maybe let me refresh here. Can I make money with a ad read campaign? No, why not? I have like 10 viewers. I'm pretty sure I have 10 viewers. A jaw. That's quite a jaw. Are you falling in love with Patricia Hernandez? You can even talk Spanish, Espanol with her. You know? She Latina. Latinx. She Latinx. It Latinx. Sorry. Sorry, I misgendered. I said she Latinx. It's it Latinx. When she said, do you want to play with my box? He misunderstood. Hellraiser 2 is best? Maybe. Saber Interactive, it will be a day one buy for me because they are one of the few based publishers and developers. I find this sad. So many jumping for joy over more locked down hardware that is overpriced. I mean, if you enjoy playing the same game over and over, Switch might be your console. Ahoy Kang! Do you have anything behind your laser disc back there? I can warp over the time if. Yeah, behind the laser disc specifically are the few Dreamcast games and PSP games. If you have a thin piece of metal or wood behind it, it would keep it flat. No, it's just it's okay. Shut up. It's fine. You didn't contribute to that laser disc anyway. Speaking of contribution, thank you for being around. I hope you enjoyed the time here. I hope you enjoyed with me this lengthy article, if you can call it that. Leave a like. I think it's gonna help me. Maybe some algorithms might be triggered. Who knows? Follow the channel if you're new here on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and Rumble. Main stuff is happening on Rumble. But make me bigger. And I appreciate every follow, of course. I appreciate every like. I appreciate every comment. Yeah, there's a comment section, even on Rumble still. They haven't removed it yet. They tried it at one point, by the way. And give me your money in the future. How about that? Gifted. Donation link is down below, by the way, if you have other means of giving me your money. Merch. Buy a mug, an Ike mug. It looks good. 15 ounces, pretty decent size. It feels good in the hand. Yeah, what can I say? Neuro got one. Haste didn't got one. Did you got it? Did I give you one? I don't remember. For people who are longer subscribed to the channel, I have feelings, you know. I give them goodies back as usual. I like my community. My community is usually very great. If you're not lizard people, which Godzilla is. Check out those people in the chat. Mainly Godzilla tries to be a big streamer there. But yes, less success than me. Yes. Fuck you, Godzilla. No, all good. Thank you for being here. Every day, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm talking about game news. I'm talking about movies and show news here on this channel, Switzerland Play It. My name is Ike. That was TAGN, the Angry Game News. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.
backyard magic. It is ma'am.